For the second time in my life, I'm actually involved in some YouTube drama, which is incredibly interesting because I didn't think this was going to happen, to be honest with you. So you guys may have seen it. Bennjipie uploaded this video titled "The Fortnite Community is Toxic." He's talking about myself, he's talking about Jojo Josiah, and he's talking about Clark Clint Gaming because Jojo and I made a reaction stream to him, and now here we are with this video, and here I am reacting to this video today. So it is very important to note that at the end of this video, because I'd imagine, Benji, you're going to be watching this video, at the end of the video, I'm going to extend a friendly invitation to talk off of stream. I'm going to get a little bit more into that because I know that you don't want to, like, get involved or, like, worry about anybody's motives or anything like that. I want to talk to you personally, but because I know you're a little bit worried about people's motives, and I want to say, like, my motives are completely genuine, off of stream, just you and I'd love to talk to you, I'd love to get to know you a little bit more, and I would love to come to a little bit of an understanding. But in this video, you were a little bit dishonest and over-exaggerating what happened, so I am going to react to the video properly, and then afterwards, I'm going to get into a little bit of an invitation for you and I to speak, okay? So we're going to get into this in just a second, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's react to this video. The Fortnite community is toxic. I already did watch this video, and of course, he doesn't actually mention my name, but he is talking about me, and that becomes a little bit of a problem, too, because he's speaking about myself, Jojo, and Clark. He didn't specify any of our names, so I have to assume that all of this is about me, or all of this is lumped into me. So it is also important to note that he may at some points be referring to someone other than me, but I'm going to take this as if it is directed at me because for the most part, it absolutely is. And my spacebar didn't work.
All right. I've seen a lot of people's streams, videos, comments, and even tweets. I think they deserve to be addressed. Some I'm not going to give the attention that they are begging for, but the one—
Now, I'm obviously not begging for any attention, Benji. I don't need your attention. If I wanted attention, I'd be calling out somebody like Cypher PK. I'd maybe making a big deal about that. I don't want any drama between any creators, and to be honest with you, if we're over here, I don't really need the people over in your community coming over here because some of them already did, and it's kind of created just a little bit of chaos, but of course, I'm not blaming you for any of that, but we're going to talk a little bit more about it. I think it is more of I don't want to talk to these people because I either don't like them or I don't want to back up the things that I say because Jojo and I made a video or made a stream dissecting his points and kind of just breaking them down, you know?
Ones that need to be addressed will be in this video. The Fortnite community has gotten very toxic. I may have a piece in that, and I do apologize.
And to be honest with you, like, I've been very conflicted. I don't know if he necessarily owes anybody an apology. He certainly doesn't really owe me an apology for creating the Fortnite toxic scene. I don't think he was apologizing to me, but he's making content, he's talking about whatever he wants, but it is important to note his videos do kind of affect the NPC-ish of the world, and then they kind of watch this video that got a lot of views, they adopt that opinion, but that's something that I spoke about in the stream with Jojo. I have very conflicting feelings on that, because he can say what he wants. Is it his fault? No, but yeah, at the same time. That's why my feelings are very conflicted on that, personally.
Not intentional to make people spread hate across the internet in regards to Fortnite. I will admit that in a lot of my videos, I may not give the correct description for things, or I say something a bit hyperbolic. I've given a lot of opinions recently that many may or may not agree with, and I find that to be quite normal.
It is completely normal, and he's going to phrase it as if I don't feel that way. I constantly make videos and I constantly champion other people's opinions despite what some people do believe about it. For example, Benji, and if he would have taken a second, and to be honest with you, he doesn't like me. I don't expect him to do this, but if he were to take a second and watch a little bit of my hours upon hours of content or look around at the space, you would see that I absolutely champion people having different opinions. I make videos, Talk at Clen. It's a whole playlist. You would see that my content is all over the place like that, taking a look at the community's opinions. Reply Room. I ask you guys to talk about a topic, maybe even change my mind. Talk at Clen. I have a whole playlist of people giving me their Fortnite takes and I react to them. And I also started a new series called Comments of the Week where I look at comments that both agree and disagree with me on YouTube and I respond to them in a video. Sometimes my mind has changed. I'm going to be honest, most of the time it's not, but it happens. The most important thing is that I absolutely do champion people having their own opinions. People can like what they want. I don't expect anybody to like the same thing as me. So being a little bit dishonest in that sense. But let's continue on.
But there are a lot of people who are taking it too far. Comments like these are
All right, let's take a look at that. Hang on. What's he going to say?
unnecessary and
Unnecessary. Don't bring them back. Stop crying about it. Seriously, you guys are insert slur. If he did insert a slur, I completely... Sorry, my face cam's blocking. I just realized a little bit. He said insert slur there. If he is saying any sort of slur, I would never approve of anything like that. You guys in the Fortnite community are always so extremely ungrateful and never appreciate on anything. That's completely accurate about the most part about the online community. Are you seriously crying over not being able to get a pixel? I personally feel that way, but again, I do have conflicting feelings about the Battle Pass. I have a whole video, by the way, looking at a bunch of people's different opinions, talking about the idea of bringing old Battle Passes back, and I did have my mind sway just a little bit. Okay, Benji, enjoy what you get instead of crying like a Mario fan who doesn't get his toy. I understand these criticisms coming from channels like Bennjipie, and honestly, if you're putting out content on YouTube, I don't think that's necessary. Besides the first one, obviously, saying any sort of slur like that is completely inappropriate. But these ones, are they necessary? No, but that's what happens when you put your opinion out there on the internet.
And continue to spread hate within the community, telling people that they are crying, ungrateful, calling people slurs, going onto other platforms to message and send hate.
This is also ridiculous, okay? You are very ungrateful. It's a mini event, dumbass. Get your, nostalgia out of your head. It's not chapter 1 anymore. Move on. I don't understand why people go out of their way to DM people. These people are typically very miserable people. You know the old saying I always say, misery loves company. It's entirely true. And whether or not you agree with Benji, it's just not cool to go out of your way and DM him. But as for what you said about spreading hate, you could argue that with your video, I'm talking specifically about the video Epic Games being lazy, the one that got hundreds of thousands of views. I don't know much else about Benji's content. I've watched a few videos here and there, but you could argue that that video is spreading hate for a lot of people at Epic Games and a lot of people that are working at Epic Games. It's not so much of just attacking a billion-dollar company. Don't defend the billion-dollar company. Those people are devs. Those devs are actual people who care about their passion. A lot of them really, really get hurt by the things that people say. And when you call Epic Games lazy, a lot of people will kind of get on board with that. But to be honest, this is completely out of left field and not right to do for somebody.
It's stupid. That's really the only way to put it. It's just stupid. I think everyone is allowed to feel the way that they do, but being respectful and keeping things civil is what leads to a better conversation between both sides.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to have a conversation with Benji, but we're going to get into that. He's made it a little bit clear that he's not exactly up for that.
Not calling the other people names, being passive-aggressive, being ignorant, not being open-minded.
Now, I don't know if there's another point that's going to Okay, so this is obviously a little bit about me, okay? Or the three of us. As far as I know, I can be passive-aggressive, but it's very difficult not to be when you're constantly reading the same points over and over again and people not willing to hear you out personally. I get accused of that, but that's just completely not the case. Calling people names, I do call people NPCs to be honest with you, but I don't think I called Benji any names. If so, that's out of character for me, and I do apologize for that. I don't think I did, but I could have maybe slipped up a little bit. Ignorance, I'm not ignorant, and I'm not being open-minded. That's absolutely ridiculous and just completely false.
To toxicity. I'm someone who wants to see Fortnite become more than what it is. I want to see the light at the end of the tunnel for this game. Whenever I've given criticism, or sometimes it's taken as hate for Fortnite, I would like to be proven wrong.
Jojo and I did just that, and now we're here sitting on this video, and it's very difficult to, and I don't know if he just said it, I'm going to get into that. If not, he's going to talk about how much he loves Fortnite. He makes it very difficult to believe, and of course, I'm not in his shoes. I'm not in his shoes, okay? It's just very difficult to believe that you really do love the game at this state that it's at. It seems like you're in love with the OG days in Chapter 1 of Fortnite. You don't like the game as it is right now. Could be wrong about that, okay? I'm not saying that as fact or anything. It's just a little difficult to believe at times.
I would like to see Fortnite be the best it can possibly be, but I believe that if you say good job to everything that Fortnite does, and you don't weed out the issues or problems, we end up exactly where we started.
I don't do that. I've never done that. I've never just blindly appreciated and followed whatever Epic Games did. I never look at an update and just go blindly, great job, Epic Games. I've been extremely critical, and if you would have taken a second to take a look at the channel, there are even some video titles talking about, like, the locker UI, for example, but I have been extremely, extremely critical of a ton of things they've done this chapter. Do I like the metaverse? Yeah, but do I like a lot of other things that they've done throughout Chapter 5? No, and I have hours upon hours upon hours of content saying that. All it would have taken is maybe 10 minutes for him to look around, but he didn't care to do that. He just had his own opinion of me.
On top of giving a lot of opinions, my opinions change quite often. I barely remember what I ate for breakfast earlier. I'm gonna forget what I thought about in a video game.
And that's also totally 100% okay. And I've seen a lot, I've read these comments, I've read the comments on his other videos too. They dive into Clark a little bit, and Clark gets a little bit of hate for him changing his tune on some things. I personally don't change my mind too often, but it does happen. Specifically for the battle passes, for example, I've had my mind swayed on that. That's just the one that's fresh in my mind right here. But Clark does get a lot of hate for that, but people are allowed to change their opinions. Just like Benji's allowed to change his opinion, you're allowed to change your opinion. I'm sure if you looked at yourself from 5 years ago, you're an entirely different person than you once were. It's not hypocritical. It's not fake for anybody to change their tune. Clark gets a lot of hate for that, and I would imagine that's where that's mostly pointed towards. He thinks I'm like that as well, but it's totally fine to change your opinion. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I have said in broad terms in the past, like Fortnite OG sucked, or this or that certain thing is garbage, bad, trash, not good, without any explanation. Granted, people don't really owe any explanation, but for saying Fortnite OG sucked, things like that are just basically scripting errors.
Now, that's the issue, man. Like, I have to take his word for it, but it's so difficult to say, like, okay, that was a scripting error. Fortnite OG sucked. That was a scripting error. It really, really seemed like you did everything that you could to hate on Fortnite OG. Could be wrong about that. It's just you gotta understand where I'm coming from in this sense. You gotta get it, man.
Fortnite OG was not bad at all, but I do feel like they could have made it really close to what the original was.
But that wasn't what he was talking about in the video. He was talking about Fortnite OG sucked and Epic Games is lazy because they don't do this, this, and that. The whole point of the video was Epic Games is lazy. I listened to Jojo Josiah's reaction to it, and he made a really good point, actually, and said the structure of the video could have been so much better. The points he made could have been phenomenal, but the problem is you were tying everything into Epic Games being lazy, and that's what made the entire thing inaccurate, because there's a lot of things that you talk about. For example, in that video, I know that I completely agree on the holiday events. Epic Games has been extremely lazy, and I even said that in the stream. I agree with that point. I don't recall what Jojo said about it, but they have made this update really, really good, but I understand what you were coming from in that case, and I do agree that Epic Games is being lazy. But everything else he said about Epic Games being lazy, I completely disagreed with, and that's what we kind of dismantled.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that Fortnite OG was as fun as it was. I have grown up playing Fortnite since I was in middle school. I woke up early to play new seasons to talk about it with people on the bus. I moved schools one time and someone wanted to know if I played Fortnite. We played, and that guy went around telling people how good I was at it.
And this is where I always talk about it feels like more people don't necessarily miss OG Fortnite. They miss the point of life that they were at. You could have loved Chapter 1 too, and this is also kind of showing that it seems like you really loved the old days of Chapter 1 and not necessarily the game as it is now. It's okay to love a past version of the game. I do the same thing for Halo personally. I grew up on Halo. I have the best memories playing Halo. I don't like Halo at the state of the game that it is right now. I don't have a whole YouTube channel, and I'm not saying he shouldn't have a YouTube channel, don't get me wrong, but I don't talk about Halo in my day-to-day life. I don't care about Halo in the state that it is. I talk about the old games still, but I just don't care about it. I don't like it anymore. I don't play it. This is where I'm very confused about the people of Fortnite, because if you clearly don't like something, or again, he says that he loves it, but it's very difficult to believe, man.
That was all during Chapter 1. I am someone who loves Fortnite. I love it so much I can hate it sometimes.
This is where I would like you guys to comment, because I couldn't really make sense at this point, to be honest with you. I don't hate the things that I love. But maybe I'm just not understanding what he means by this. So if anybody could shed some light in the comments, I would appreciate it. Which, by the way, I do say that in a lot of my videos. If I'm not sure about something, I ask for people, so maybe I can have a little bit of an adjusted opinion or learn something a little bit more. To say that I'm not open-minded is absolutely false.
If I didn't enjoy it, I would never make a single video about this game. I wouldn't care what they do to it. I wouldn't care if they are losing money. I wouldn't care if they are losing players. I would just ignore it. But Fortnite is one of my favorite games. And to bring back the scripting era for Fortnite OG, watching my old videos and listening to what I had said, sometimes I see it and I go, man, I could have said that better.
And that makes... I'll let him finish his point, sorry.
That's not exactly what I meant.
We have all done this, and it's not even just YouTubers. And by the way, he puts probably so much effort into his content. I can't imagine the errors that comes throughout putting together a video like he does. And obviously took a lot of work. We've all done that. I've done that through YouTube videos. I look at myself all the time and go, I could have established my point better than that. And I'm sure that you guys could even relate in day-to-day conversations that you have with people. That's totally 100% okay. If there was anything that I took out of context on your stream, I would love for you to tell me. And that's, again, something that I would love to talk to you about, Benji, to be honest with you. I would really, really appreciate that if you shed some light on something that we kind of didn't mean. And even if there was a lot of things, honestly, worth making a video about, I would make another video saying, okay, well, we reacted to Benji's video saying this, but because Benji ended up messaging me and saying, like, this was his actual opinion, we did take that out of context, and I do apologize for that. That's something that I would absolutely do if Benji were to ever be up for that.
It's a learning process. It takes time to get good at doing this whole YouTube content creation thing. Nobody is perfect, but I think a lot of people expected me to be. But it's the internet. Of course they would. I will say that in terms...
That's actually so true, by the way.
Of content creators who have spoken about me on the platform, I have never seen something so immature and distasteful in my entire time of doing YouTube.
And this is where he gets to be very, very dishonest in the video. He's going to continue on with this point. Immature. I'm sorry, what did he say about it? What did he say?
I have never seen something so immature and distasteful in my entire time of
Immature and distasteful is not what we did. We took your video, we dissected it, and we reacted to it, making very, very good points to counter what you were saying in that video.
doing YouTube. Weaponizing your audience to attack people who don't agree with your opinions is disgusting.
This is the issue that I have. You say that's disgusting? When have I ever done that? When did I at any point in that stream did I say, hey guys, hey community, which I don't even have responsibility for, by the way, but let's say I did. When did I ever say, hey guys, everybody go to Bennjipie's channel, go hate on him? I understand that's kind of over-exaggerating to what you mean, but I've never even alluded to such a thing. And now I have people over from your channel, which I'm not blaming you for, by the way. You're not responsible for your community. Now I have your guys coming over to my channel. Oh, glad you showed your true colors. Stuff like that. Talking about my own kid. Talking about my wife, which is a point that you're going to get into throughout the video. Don't be dishonest. Don't be dishonest. I spend so much of my time on this platform being one of, if not the most positive creator on the platform. Crazy.
Reacting to my content without asking is also a bit rude.
It's transformative content. I reacted to your video. Jojo reacted to your video. It falls under the fair use guidelines as long as we're pausing throughout and giving our commentary, transforming it into our own original piece of content. It's totally okay. We don't have to react to it. And by the way, Benji, if you are up for putting all of this behind us, even becoming like YouTube friends or whatever you want to say, YouTube acquaintances, if you don't want me to react to further content, all you have to do is say the word. I would respect that, truthfully. But if you're going to continue to be distasteful like this, then I really won't care.
If you are wanting to have a healthy relationship between each other and just within the community, you should ask before reacting to my content or anyone's content for that
It doesn't seem like he's up for any sort of discussion, which is also something that he's going to bring up shortly.
matter. There is no point in asking now, since creators have already reacted to it, and now that you have made it clear that you don't like me as a creator or my opinions on the game.
When did I ever say that? When did I ever say that? When did I make that clear? I don't agree with your opinions. I wouldn't say that I don't like your opinions. Some of them maybe. You know what? Some of them maybe. But for you as a person, I have absolutely nothing against you as a person. And now you're making it out to seem like, oh my god, poor me. Poor me. These guys are attacking me. Clen's attacking me. That's not the case at all. Don't be so dishonest about it.
We can't make that relationship better. If you are going
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And I'm going to try to. Hopefully he accepts.
to react to my video in your stream, put my video in your description so
You want to know why I didn't do that? Because I didn't want some little a-hole. And for the most part, we have a fantastic community over here. I don't think that even if I said, hey, go hate on this guy, you guys would, because we have a pretty positive community on over here. I didn't put you in the description for my video because I didn't want some a-hole seeing this, somebody who likes to spread a little bit of hate, and have an easy link over to Benji's channel. Perhaps if somebody wanted to go hate, I didn't want to give them that extra step. Maybe they wouldn't want to search up your channel and take that much work into doing it. I thought that was being incredibly considerate. When I do react to content, which I have many, many hours on the channel doing so, I always say throughout the video, hey, go show this person some love, go subscribe, go watch their videos. They're great, and all the links will be there. I thought it was extremely considerate to leave your link out of there in case anybody wanted to go over and hate on you. Now, can I stop them? No, I can't. But I'm going to make it have a little bit of extra step for them in order to go hate another creator. And I'm going to do the same thing with this video because I think it's the most respectful and considerate thing I can do.
so other people can see it instead of having you pause it every 5 seconds to use my words against me.
I'm not using your words against you. I'm just reacting to your video. I'm replying to this, I guess you could call it a hateful video towards me. And I can't just, what do you want me to do? Re-upload just your content? I have to pause it throughout. That's how transformative and reaction content works.
And if you are going to be reacting to my videos, react to something that has more positivity, or talks about something that none of you creators ever seem to talk about, which is save the world.
Okay, first of all, I'm not interested in Save the World. Secondly, if we do ever make up from this, and you want me to react to the Save the World video, I'd honestly be happy to. I don't care. It's more content. I'd make it. I'd talk about Save the World. Maybe I can learn something. Lastly, that doesn't make much sense. Come on. Like, okay, today I uploaded a video, or what was the video? Regardless, I have another channel about MMA, and I uploaded recently a betting guide video about sports betting, specifically about martial arts and the UFC. Instead of making this video, or instead of replying to this video, or anything that I make about you, Bennjipie, why don't you go over to my Clen channel and react to the betting guide video? Kind of see how that sounds, and I know you can say that I'm kind of over-exaggerating, but it's still the same principle applies.
It gets a lot more players than a lot of the other modes made by Epic, and bringing light to it could mean the potential for more of the metaverse to grow, since all of you seem to really love that.
That's not the dig that you think it is.
You can find the Twitter post yourself, but this creator had tweeted my post of Epic being lazy in a response to the Fortnite trailer, which had just released a couple days ago.
Now, obviously there he was talking about Jojo Josiah, and I'm not going to comment on what Jojo says. I don't want to take him out of context there. Was that right of him to do? I don't necessarily know. I think he's looking a little bit too much into it, but I do think he's justified in being a little upset with that.
This video is 3 weeks old. If you're going to say I was wrong about seasonal events, then clarify that you were including the new content that released after my video. If you are someone who is going to invite me on your stream to debate, when I respectfully decline for—
Hang on. Let's read what Clark said first.
If you are someone who is going to invite—
Now, this is where he gets into Clark. So, he said that I disagree with 90% of what you said, but love the video. Let me know if you'd like to come on stream and further elaborate on some points. Great work. This is something that Benji needs to get his head around, that people can still like things that they disagree with. I don't know what mental gymnastics he did to make it seem like to attack Clark's character just a little bit, but he was being very, very genuine. People like things that they don't necessarily agree with. For example, your Epic Games is Lazy video. Very, very well structured. I wouldn't say that I really enjoyed it, but I didn't dislike the video at all. I just kind of felt neutral to it. That's okay, and that's quite normal.
Invite me on your stream to debate, when I respectfully decline for good—
Respectfully decline. Oh, is that what you did? Or did you attack his character?
Good reason, do not invite me again where in the same comment you said it was fine that I didn't want to go on your stream.
Another banger, bro, even if we have differing perspectives. The reason I can enjoy something even if I don't agree with it is because I don't live in an echo chamber. I constantly look for other opinions that differ from mine to understand my position better. Sometimes I'm proven wrong, and then my perspective evolves. Nothing wrong with that. I don't curl up into a ball and hide because someone might prove me wrong, which is why I enjoy your content and also invited you on to speak. If you have no desire to do it, that's fine. It's not easy to have your ideas tested, although I'm comfortable with it, it doesn't mean that others will be. With that being said, it makes some of your takes you made on my personal character a little ironic, but regardless, no hard feelings. My perspective on this situation has changed a bit since I made that video you reacted to. I think it's a good idea for collab items and future battle passes to be non-exclusive. I think the game has evolved past that in some ways. However, exclusivity will always have an intrinsic value, even if others are uncomfortable with the fact. I think exclusivity on older cosmetics is good for the game. For me, it's an issue of culture, not personal preference. Personally, it wouldn't ruin Fortnite for me if other people had older cosmetics. However, there is value in some of those items remaining as digital trophies for the people that were on there to support the game at that time. There's nothing intrinsically evil about exclusivity, even if some people have their feelings hurt that they can't obtain an old item. I came to this perspective after debating someone on my Discord about this issue that had really good points. However, I still stand on the position that exclusivity to some degree is good for Fortnite. We may disagree and that's fine, but I believe my take is a bit more balanced than it was before. I may follow up to that original video and talk about this again. Also, if you ever want to jump on stream and talk about everything we disagree on, agree on, let me know. The door is always open. I don't know, and I think did I already say this, but I'm going to say it again. I don't know what mental gymnastics you went through to attack Clark's character about him commenting on your videos and inviting you on stream and enjoying something that he may not agree with. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's just, I mean, I almost said not okay to do, but I mean, you're welcome to do what you want. But it's just not right. It's bad faith.
If you are going to tell your stream that somebody is going to react to my video, respectfully put my name and don't label me as a certain YouTuber.
Again, I told you why I didn't include you in my description, but I don't know who, that's probably Jojo, actually.
The three main creators I'm talking about may not think the way that I do, may feel differently than me, they may ignore issues within the game and talk about how good it is, but that does not mean go and hate raid them.
Who hate raided you? Who hate raided you? Because it sure as hell wasn't me. Who hate raided you? Did you even get a hate raid? I was looking through your comments. Unless you went and mass deleted stuff, nothing about me ever pointed to any towards a hate raid towards you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And now you're out there talking about my character as well. Me disagreeing with somebody, not being open-minded, so I sent my community to go hate raid on them. What an insult to myself and my community. Don't be so dishonest. Don't be so bad faith. You want to talk about disgusting?
That does not mean harass them. These are—
Just because your ideas were challenged doesn't mean you were harassed.
Are all grown men. One who has a child.
And there you go. There you go. You want to talk about the kid. Okay. Don't ever also, I don't want to hear you speak on my personal maturity level when it comes to me being grown and having a kid. Yeah, I'm 26 years old. I'm a grown man. I am doing everything that I can. Don't you ever talk about my maturity levels when I'm speaking in a YouTube video, reacting to some content. My maturity level is completely 100% in check. Did you know, Benji? Did you know that YouTube is my third job? Because all I'm trying to do is award my wife and child the same amazing life that my father blessed my mother and the 3 kids with growing up. I'm trying to model my own life after my father's. I'm working 3 jobs tirelessly. I get 3 to 4 hours sleep a night, endless and countless hours grinding away at this thing. Again, working 2 other jobs, raising a kid, taking care of a wife as well. Oh, is that so immature? I have everything that I need in check as a man. As a man, I'm supposed to protect and provide, and I'm embarrassed that I'm not completely providing at this point in my life. So I'm doing everything I can to make sure that's possible while still maintaining my life as in this crazy, crazy economy that we're in over here in Canada. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And for the other 2, they're very, very genuine people. If you would have taken a second to get to know them, maybe, or just have a crazy opinion about somebody for inviting you on stream, I don't know, maybe you'd have a little bit of a different perspective, but that's absolutely insane. Let's listen to that again.
Ignore issues within the game and talk about how good it is, but that does not mean go and hate raid them. That does not mean harass them. These are all grown men. One who has a child. You are all wanting to be Epic partners and on Epic's nice list for Christmas.
Jojo and Clark are already part of that, so they have no reason to just blindly agree with it. By the way, how many Fortnite creators do you know that are Epic partners that constantly make videos, and quite frankly, I can't believe are still part of the Epic program, because they constantly trash Fortnite, they constantly trash Epic Games, but they're still Epic partners, trying to be on Epic's nice list for Christmas. I've been extremely critical throughout this entire chapter about what Epic Games has been doing. I've been very vocal about the things that I dislike. I'm not just sitting here trying to be an Epic partner.
I get it. I respect it. I respect either becoming or trying to become an Epic partner. Money is money. But there are plenty of large creators who take the more responsible route in regards to reacting to videos.
I am responsible. You know it's not responsible, the things that you're making up right now.
Most of them just don't even do it. They're so focused on themselves that they mind their own business, and on top of that, they are mature with their responses, and if they don't agree with something, they are still mature.
Again, what am I supposed to say? He is just wrong. He's completely inaccurate.
Someone that also wants to see Fortnite do better is Leo. Not to put him on blast or anything.
For example, I love Leo's content. I've reacted to Leo before. I watch his content all the time. Leo makes fantastic videos, and if you want to talk about being critical throughout the game, his videos are exactly how you do that. Your Epic Games is lazy video was not that.
But Leo has talked about little issues within Fortnite before, like how bots are in the game.
Fantastic video. I watched that. It was great.
Or about the most controversial season.
I don't know if I've watched that one actually, but I watch the vast majority of Leo's content, and he's really, really good at what he does.
If any of these 3 creators look at those videos and dismiss most of the things that Leo says, then
which he pointed that out because he would assume that we do that for whatever reason, which is not the case. I like Leo as a guy. I don't know him like too well, obviously, but he makes some fantastic content. I respect his grind, and I'm sure there's things that I could learn from Leo in my own content.
It's clear that they do not care for Fortnite itself. They care for the drama and making money.
Oh no, I'm trying to make money through YouTube. Don't sit here and act like you're not trying to make money with your videos. Is it the main reason why I'm doing YouTube? Probably, but this is also a hobby of mine. I like talking about Fortnite, I like talking about MMA, I have an MMA channel. So the goals are mixed, and now that this is possibly could be a career path for me, I'm doing everything I can to make that a career path because I see money here, and I see the idea of having my wife and future children and possibly retiring my mother. That would be a life complete for me. There's nothing wrong with chasing money. And by the way, I spend a lot of time, and I talk about this all the time in streams, on other channels where we talk about a little bit more serious topics. I constantly avoid anything that might get me in trouble with YouTube. I want to be in YouTube's good grace because I want to be on this platform and I want to be very successful. I want to be one of the biggest YouTubers of all time. So believe me, Benji, believe me when I say that I would never, even if I wanted to, hate rage you, harass you, if I could have gotten in a little bit of trouble with YouTube, because I do everything I can. I avoid politics, which is a very, very huge hobby of mine. I love talking about politics. I would have a whole channel about it if it was okay to talk about, but I'm trying to be a very nice, happy, positive guy over on YouTube. And there's nothing wrong with trying to make money. And don't act like you're not trying to make money with your content either.
Anything to make a certain part of the Fortnite community believe that they're on the correct side, right? Right? The last thing I'll
Again, not the dig that you think it is.
end off on is Fortnite Mares is really good this year, and I'm really happy for that. Seeing new items alongside new cosmetics is really refreshing, and is the type of content I expect to see from Epic Games.
Now, this is the problem here. Is he only saying this? And please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, okay? Please correct me. I haven't watched nearly all of Bennjipie's content. I've watched maybe like 5-ish, 6-ish videos from him. From an outside perspective, he seems like the type of guy who would just hate on this Fortnite update, calling Epic Games lazy. Is he only saying that because JoJo and I made the stream and now this makes for a really good point for his video? I could be totally wrong about that. That's just the impression I get from an outside perspective.
Hopefully going forward we will get more content like this where a bunch of new stuff drops for each of the modes, because LEGO getting its own pass that is Halloween themed is really cool, even though I don't really play it anymore. And I think Fortnite Festival got its own little update for Halloween.
Yeah, they did a really good job with it. They did a really good job, and for clarity again, I did agree with him on what he said about Fortnite and Epic Games being lazy with the holiday events.
Appreciate you watching till the end. If you want to support me, you can subscribe to see more of my content, like the video if you enjoyed, and comment down below letting me know your thoughts on the situation.
And he does have a ton of different commentary videos if you guys are interested. They are a little bit more on the criticizing Epic side, but if you guys want to go check it out, I don't hate this person. I don't support anybody who wants to go over and hate on him. That's very important to note as well, okay?
But anyways, guys and gals, I hope you have a great day, night, week, month, whole rest.
So we're going to stop it there. Obviously, I did have to reply to that video because when he was speaking about me specifically, he was being dishonest. He didn't know who he was talking about. Now, I do want to ask Bennjipie, and I checked his Twitter. I don't know where else to contact him. I looked to DM him because I'd like to talk to him personally, and I know he's worried about being used for content or jumping on a live stream or anything like that. Bennjipie, I want to talk to you one-on-one, whether it's the messages, whether it's a call. I would like to get to know you, and I would like to, like, even if there was anything, like I said earlier in the video, if there was anything that I misrepresented and you'd like me to make a follow-up video, I would be so happy to do that. I would absolutely do that for you. Now, while I don't agree with being dishonest, talking about people coming over to harass, and that's something I forgot to mention, by the way, I've had people from Bennjipie's channel coming over here, commenting down below, spreading a little bit of hate. There was some comments that I even had to get rid of because I don't want my wife to happen to come on the channel and have to read some comments about her, about the kids. So you could say that was also distasteful, but to be honest with you, Bennjipie is also not responsible for what his community does, just like anybody else is. If anybody that is fans of our channel goes over to Bennjipie's content, none of us are completely responsible. I don't hold Bennjipie accountable now that people are mentioning my wife and kid. Was it distasteful? Yeah. Could I see the correlation? I do. I get what maybe caused them to go over there, but still, Bennjipie never said, hey, go over to Clen's channel and talk about his wife or child. Don't go over there. He never said go over there. Just like I've never said for anybody to go over there. A little bit skeptical he even received any hate because we have a fantastic community over here, but there are always bad apples. Now, Bennjipie, I would really, really like to resolve this. I don't hate you. I'm open for discussion. I did have to reply to that video because, again, you were being very, very dishonest about me, and you didn't know who you were talking about. Quite frankly, I don't expect you to go and do a bunch of research because I'm going to be honest with you. You probably put so much work into your Epic Games is lazy video. You probably put a ton of work into it. I can't imagine. And to have two random people that you never heard of, like JoJo and I, reacting to your own video, and at points we were even laughing at your content, I can understand why you would get really, really upset at that. I do. To be fair, I think you made some ridiculous points in that video. But again, if you're willing, if you want to say that you misrepresented anything, I'm willing to hear that out too. Point being, I understand why you'd be upset and automatically dislike me. I get it, okay? And that's why I'm personally not holding any hard feelings towards you there. Should you have maybe reached out? Yeah. Should you have not been dishonest? Yeah, I really do think so. I think that was wrong of you. But because I do understand why you would just watch that video, why would you would just watch that stream and automatically dislike me, I get it. I might do the same thing if I was in your shoes. But to be honest with you, if I was in your shoes, what I would be doing is laughing at any criticism. If I made a stupid point and people were laughing at it, I would laugh at it myself. But I understand it could be looked at as demeaning as well, but I'm open to laughing about it. To use Leo, for example, I know it was a little bit more of a joke video, but the first video that I've ever watched from Leo was a tier list, and he put me at like dead bottom. I laughed when that happened. I think that Bennjipie just needs to get some thicker skin, not listen to any hate comments. If somebody's criticizing him, instead of automatically taking that and saying, oh my God, you're harassing me, poor me, and then making another video about this, maybe take a look at your own ideas and adjust your opinion a little bit. Either that, or just laugh. I can laugh at myself. People have told me all the time on my videos that I make dumb points. I'm willing to laugh at that. I don't see what the big deal is. Not everybody, that's going to sound so egotistical, but I don't know how else to say it. Like, not everybody has thick skin. For example, like I just said, I've been deleting some of the comments that have been coming over talking about my wife. My wife doesn't have thick skin. I don't want her reading any of that. Not everybody's built the same, and to be honest with you, Benji, I don't know how old you are. Perhaps that's an issue, but I want you to contact me. My DMs are open on Discord, Twitter. I promise you, I'll respond to you. I can't promise you that it'll be quickly because, again, my days are pretty packed up with everything that I'm doing. I promise I'll respond to you, and I would love to talk to you. I would love to resolve any issue that you have with me, and I mean that genuinely. That doesn't mean take what I'm saying and insult my character in any way. I'm meaning this like truly from the bottom of my heart. I want to get to know you, and even if you're ever open to it, this week I'm gathering a lot of clips for a big video that I'm making, saying goodbye to every single POI. If you'd like to join with that, we could play a game of Fortnite and we could just hang out, chat. We don't even have to talk about the video. Just kind of get to know each other. And then I could take that little snippet, just, hey, Bennjipie's in the video. I think that'd be pretty cool personally. But if not, I understand. I know you're a little bit wary about being on other people's channels. I don't think that's wrong, by the way. I just, personally, that's really cool. Guys, let me know what you thought about the video down below. And Benji, I hope to hear from you. I know you're going to be watching this video, so you might phrase it as the I'm not giving him any more attention type thing, but let's be real. I don't need your attention. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really, really want to get to know you and resolve any issue, and I would love to be like YouTube friends with you, okay? Thank you for watching the video, everybody. Don't go send any over hate. I know you guys won't do that, but I feel like I need to say it. Check out this video if you want to keep watching the channel. YouTube thinks you'll like it the best. Take care, guys.